him in the shed.
Well, howdy there, folks. Slick back here in the shed. Hey, today we're doing something that should have been done a long time ago, okay? And this is kind of a PSA to anybody who has an air compressor tank or of some sort, size, doesn't matter which one. There is maintenance that you need to do to these tanks to ensure that they are safe in the future. Now, this was my Gramps air tank, right? This wasn't something that I took responsibility for until recent. I haven't done any maintenance to it yet, but I knew in the back of my mind that something needed to be done. I get worried every time I'm out here about, man, when was the last time somebody actually drained the condensate out of this tank? You got to think about the way that an air compressor works. It takes air, shoves it into a tank, you know what I mean? And then we know that our air is comprised of at least a little bit of water. There's small water molecules within the air that we breathe. And suffice to say that an air compressor is going to run into those water molecules. They got to go somewhere. Well, they will condense on the inside of the tank and run to the bottom. Now you see that I have what looks to be, I'm pretty sure anyway, a bit of a trap that will catch some of that water that's going through the supply line, but it's not going to catch everything. Everything else is going to go to the very bottom of the tank. And what happens to these tanks is that condensate water will stagnate at the bottom and begin to rust out the tank. And I mean, in various spots on the inside of the tank, you got to think about that water will accumulate and then run down. When it does that, it will rust the tank from the inside out, kind of like a water heater, and eventually will create a weak spot, if not at the very bottom of the tank, somewhere else. And if this isn't properly maintained and then replaced in a certain amount of time, this could essentially turn into a bomb inside of your shed and explode under pressure at some point. So I don't want that to happen. I worried about it enough that I was like, you know what? We're taking this out of commission until I inspect what's going on. And so I started to do that, and I went to the petcock drain at the very bottom of the tank, cracked it open. After having drained the tank of air down to about 5 psi or so, I started to see something. I expected a little something, but not what I saw. So let's investigate further, and you can see what I was seeing. Okay, here we are at the bottom of the tank. Get that light going for you. I mean, you can see a substance on the floor already, but let's crack this open. See, what do I find? If I could get something to fit under here. Oh, okay. Ah, yes. The old baking sheet. Yeah, okay. Okay. Oh. All right, that wasn't too bad. A little oil, a little water. So here's the thing. Was that incredibly rusty looking? Yes. But was it a significant... Okay, never mind. It's not done. Okay. Stand by. We need a break for a second. Hold on. That's one pan. There goes the wave pool. No. Spilling! No good way to do that. Let's try again, shall we? Well, look, all I'm saying is I'm not trying to keep the tank at this point. I'm not trying to, oh boy. Oh, yikes. Look at that goop. It's me 20 minutes after the 2 a.m. Taco Bell run, you know what I'm saying? I know we're all thinking the same thing here. Too much! Well, I've seen enough. You think I can save the tank? No. Some may just drain and choose to reuse, but I really don't know how old this tank is, and judging on the amount, the volume of water that was in that tank for probably a couple years, to be honest with you. Peace of mind is priceless, okay? I will buy a new tank and some trap type systems to catch more water in the future, and we will be diligent in our air compressor and tank maintenance in the future. It's really not worth your safety, in my opinion, to continue using what I would consider to be a compromised tank. What do you think? Would you still use the same tank? You tell me. All right, so I already disconnected our quick connect as well as the water separator. Got our pipe wrench. Get our gauge off here. Yeah. Oh yeah. Ooh, you know what I could do? Ooh, we're gonna get fancy. I had one of those scope. Yeah. It's real cheap. It doesn't work great, but oh boy. Now maybe we can look at the actual integrity of the inside of that tank. Yeah. Great. You can. I'll show you what I see here. Go down. Take her down. Oh yeah, you can't really see that either. There you go. That's the best you get. Not much to see. It does look quite rusty on the inside. Well, we confirmed the obvious. This helps me justify what I'm doing. It makes me feel a little bit better. Let me get you in here so you can see what the heck is going on. Okay. We're up here in the corner, in the back, working on our electrical. I got a breaker box here. The breaker that this is on is like 20 amp. No, I had 2 pole. I don't know. I'm no electrician, but I shut it off over that breaker box already. I believe this little box had a little on-off switch. It was on auto. I turned it to off. Maybe this is where you control the pressure regulation too. So this just bolts on via a plate. I'm gonna need to disconnect all this anyway. Okay. Nice. Can we do one of these? Solid. I'm unbolting this from the floor is what I'm doing. Okay. Yeah. Oh, nice. Gramps used the double lock washer combo on top of the flat. Yeah. Okay. And now, what are we feeling? How do we, what's the best? Oh. Greasy. Cast iron series. Yeah, the warning pointed towards the back that said drain moisture from tank every week. Prevent tank corrosion. I wonder if Gramps just didn't want to look at it. You know what I mean? Ooh. It's another one of those, huh? Come here! There you go. Can I be honest with you? I don't know that this has been serviced, like specifically this piece and this one, but this compressor tank combo, I don't know that this has been changed my entire life. That couldn't be a whole almost 30 plus years of condensate in there, right? It would be a lot more than that, right? I don't know. Okay. All right. Don't know if I need to save all this, but it just seems like the thing to do. So here we are. Yeah, I have no idea what I'm doing. Oh. Could you... Right, okay. You snapped better? All right. Solid. Belt off. Just kind of assuming all this stuff is going to come off with it, so. Uh-huh. Yuck. Yuck, 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 yuck. $19.92. There you go, come here. Oh, it's a heavy little fella. Ah. Sure. And this should be free. Little motor. Okay. Fantastic. Great. Well, now should be able to lift this tank up a little bit easier, eh? I think I just did it. Come here. Cool. Well, now it's done. Now we just need a new one. I'll get back with you. All right, well, it's the next day, although the sun's going down. It is freaking freezing out here, Mr. Bigglesworth. That didn't take too long, though, did it? I don't know what anybody is aware of as far as in the air compressor / tank market in the good year of 2026, but it was in most cases more expensive for me to buy a replacement 60-gallon tank with a bare top plate on it so I could mount my old compressor and motor on it, as opposed to buying a new compressor, motor, and tank combo, which I did the latter, obviously. We kind of went lowest price, technically acceptable. This has got the same specs as the old tank as far as, you know, CFM. It's a 60-gallon tank, runs off 230 voltage. The only difference is it's got a 3.7 horsepower motor as opposed to, I remember seeing the old one was a 5, whatever. They kind of Mickey Moused this onto and just bolted it onto a pallet, half expecting it to be in a box like a water heater or something. I don't know. I mean, for the size and the CFM and whatnot, this is pretty good bang for your buck. Got it from Menards after tax, somewhere around $850 for one of these. I don't know how I'm gonna approach this yet exactly, because it's not light by any means. Leverage is your friend. And make sure you use all of your back. Plan is, I don't have one. I was thinking maybe I use the engine crane somehow? I don't know. This is heavy. I bet you I can kind of slide and ease it on down. Let's try that. Easy as that. Well, I'm a little out of breath. I think I need a break. Oh. All right. Get this cut flush to the floor. All right. Oh, it's a little closer. Whew. Zooey mama. It's at least bolted down on one side. Now, I fully intend on, at some point, at least getting that other side drilled and bolted accordingly, but for the last however many years, the old compressor was bolted on one side and it was doing all right. So, okay, well, I transported it on its side, so it's got to sit for several hours anyway to let the oil drain back down, as it's been doing, and I'll have to figure on maybe if I need to replace that with some fluid tomorrow. We'll do that and we'll get her plumbed up and back into service. Fantastic. We're back at it. It's another day, about negative 2-3 degrees outside. So I got the shed up to about 20 in here now. Probably wear a respirator for that. There was a torque spec on that too. I think it's like 55 foot-pounds. Torque wrench. Okay, that's it. How's that? Yeah, it's better. Solid. All right. Full synth compressor oil, as it calls for. Watching my level. Oh, great. Yeah, okay. Should have went a little slower, but okay. Well, now I gotta drain some. Good. That's yep. It's right where I want to be now. Actually, though, that's good. Cool. Okay, let's go. Petcock's open. We'll go on auto. Should not kick on yet. Then it should turn on. Wow, that's loud. Working though, that's good. All right, half hour. Well, we'll get back with you. Well, there you go. So, new tank installed. Ideally, what I would like to have now, me doing more research on air compressor setups and whatnot, is if I can separate out a couple different lines, like have one towards what would be the south side of the shed, have at least another line dedicated, like hard line we already have going towards the south side of the shed, but it stops at about like right here, and most of the automotive work is getting done on this side, be the north side of the shed, so I could, up here run some more. It looks like Gramps ran some galvanized. I'm gonna do what's cost effective for right now, because that's what we got. Regardless, I'd like to kind of ball out on all the equipment, have like an automatic oiler for each dedicated line, my soft lines and whatnot, air water separators and all that, instead of just having the one that I do current coming right off the tank. But you know what? The system that we've been running has worked as long as this shed's been around, and as far as I know, Gramps never had any rust issues in his air tools, his pneumatic tools, and I don't. He never had an automatic oiler. You could see that the tank was never drained of condensate, or at least not regularly. So, yeah, I will proceed with doing better maintenance, draining the condensate from the tank more often, draining condensate from our line trap, and manually putting air tool oil in any of the tools that I use, but that's what we can afford. That's just the fact of the matter. Well, I hoped you learned something just like I did, and that you enjoyed it. I appreciate you taking the time, spend it with me in the shed. Take care. I'll catch you next time.